makes us feel alright. He's so fine, that's so fine. He's alright, make us feel alright. I said Trump, 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 Trump. Shake this system, come on, Trump, yeah. T-R-U-M-P, Trump. I said we can keep our shotguns, come on, Trump, yeah. T-R-U-M-P, Trump. Don't start cooking, we can eat out tonight now. T-R-U-M-P, Trump. I said it don't stop.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good afternoon. Good evening, Erie County. I tell you what, we had a little technical problem with the sound on the intro, but that's okay. This guy did this song last time President Trump won, and it's a play off Moni Moni. I think this is, we had a video. We had a great, hi, Renee. Hey, Mark. Hey, Lance. Hi, Hope. We had a great video to play, but unfortunately, it was just being very, very, very uncooperative. So I'm going to go, and I had this song queued up to play now, but the intro song wasn't there. So we're just going to play it again because it's a great way to, I know, isn't that a nice hat? Here we go. Sit back and relax. And everybody, you know the words, jump on in. You've earned it.
Stir it up and turn around. Come on, Trump, yeah. T-R-U-M-P, Trump. Hair is looking good and it feel all right now. T-R-U-M-P, Trump. I said don't stop now. We feel all right. Makes us feel all right. I said Trump, 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 Trump.
You know the words.
Makes us feel alright. He's so fine. That's so fine. He's alright. Make us feel alright. I said Trump, 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 Trump.
Get your bass out.
Shake this system, come on, Trump, yeah. I said we can keep our shotguns, come on, Trump, yeah. T-R-U-M-P, Trump. Don't start cooking, we can eat out tonight now. T-R-U-M-P,
Yes.
I said it don't stop now. Come on, Trump, yeah. Come on, Trump. I said Trump, 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 cause he makes us feel so good, so right, makes us feel alright, that's so fine, he's alright, that's so fine, makes us feel alright, I said Trump, 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 Trump. To all of the Donald Trump haters, all of the Hillary Clinton supporters, to all of the people that said that my Trump was going to lose. I said Trump, 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 Trump. Trump, do you feel? Trump makes you feel all right. I said Trump, 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 all right. USA, USA, USA.
All right, there we go. I figured we'd really kick the show off with something that each and every one of you should be proud of. Each and every one of you help earn. And you guys are not deplorables. You guys are not garbage. You guys are we the people. Red wave, red wave, red wave, red wave. And oh yeah, red wave. Now, let's talk about Dave McCormick. We got to go like this. We got to go like this. We got to go like this. We got to go like this because I'm telling you, they are absolutely positively pulling out every last stop they've got to pull the cheat off on this one. They couldn't. They got caught with their shenanigans. And Erie County is still counting ballots. Why is Erie County still counting ballots? Those ballots should have been done last Friday. Provisional ballots are always done on Friday. And here it is. Oh, Wednesday going into Thursday. So again, Andre Horton, Terry Scatella, Chris Drexel, great job. Insert sarcasm here. They blew it. They blew this election. And they thought they were going to have the fix in. They're going to have the rig in. They were going to be able to manipulate this any way they can, and they couldn't. They tried. And the problem is, if they wouldn't have screwed up the mail-in ballot system, it would have worked fine. But no, they had to mess with it, and they screwed it up. And Andre Horton drove this thing right into the rocks, and crashed his ship on national news. These people, thank God he is termed out. Thank you, whoever you believe in. He is termed out and he is done. Now it's time to do what we got to do. We got to take back the city and then we got to take back the county. And how are we going to do that? Exactly the same way we took our country back. Now that we have the Republican Party woke up, not woke, now we need to keep throwing wood on that fire, build up the steam, throw it in gear, and keep on coming. Because next year, we only have a couple months. Literally, we get a couple months off, and then petitions go out, and then the primaries will happen, and then we're back into election cycle. We got some important races coming up. They're not big and sexy like Dan Laughlin and Mr. McCormick. I get that, and Donald Trump. I get that. But these are where we're going to have to take back our locals. This is we can't let up. Matthew, you are absolutely right. We cannot let up. We woke up. We will not go back to sleep again because, hey, Josh, we know what the taste of victory is, and it's sweet. And because we kicked their asses. I don't see Sam Tallarico on the TV. The Democrats, we've done all this stuff. We're amazing. We're gonna sweep this thing up. I don't see Chucky Nelson on the news. Oh yeah, let me flick my hair and bragging at how many doors they knocked. Ha! No, you guys lost. And why did you lose? Because the woke bullshit doesn't sell anymore. You can try to shove it down our throats. We're not buying it. Now we got to taste it. Man, I was just, Donald Trump was just announced some more of his cabinet picks. Holy crap. Just amazing. I just get so excited about thinking about this. The Patriots, the men and the women. Those are Donald Trump is going to put his men in those key places. What does he come out of the gate? Chief of Staff, female. First time in U.S. history that a president has a female Chief of Staff. Because he's a sexist. He's just an old white man. He's too old. Yeah. Well, this old man kicked the Democrats' ass. Tulsi, I know. I just read that. Tulsi Gabbard, Secretary of Intelligence. Why is she so smart? Because she was a Democrat that came to the Republican side. Lord, yeah. Speaking of termed out, I love that Trump is talking about term. We got to get these term limits. We have to get these people like Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and all these people that are old. Maxine Waters, she's like 27 million years old. And she talks about how old Trump is and feeble he is. What? It's all bullshit. It's all propaganda. And we proved it was all propaganda. We had it. It was too big to rig. You figure I just took apart. I need to bow everyone's head for a second. I had to say goodbye to President Trump today. I took him off the trailer. I unbolted him, unscrewed him, untook the wires apart, and I walked him back to the back shed. He's in retirement, and now I just got to figure out in 4 years how to make him look like J.D. Vance. So I'll have to do some research on that. We have to find a J.D. Vance mask, or something. But yeah, so you know what? You guys should turn around, pat yourself on the back. I'm proud of each and every one of you. I'm proud of everybody that came down the dock, everybody that got registered, everybody that handed out yard signs, and and we got these cool hats. Mr. Harrison, thank you, sir. So what are you going? No, it could have been handled without Trump's schedule. Oh, I know that. None of us could have. Hope you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That guy made me tired just looking at his schedule. But also, when you have one of the best aircraft in the world and the fastest that you can take a shower, take a nap. Yeah, he deserved it. Yeah. So let's put some of these comments up here. Get that out of the way. That's moment of silence for the Freedom Trail. Right, exactly. I started taking it apart today. I had to go pick up some Trump signs, dye the hair and a beard. Wait a minute. Now, if you're going to do hairstyles, JD is that Marine. Nice and tidy. Hi, Kim, you're live.
Well, hello, everybody. Congratulations to everybody on this wonderful red wave. Woohoo! And Brian, keep preaching it. We have another election right around the corner.
Oh, I know.
We need somebody to come out there. We have lots of positions open, school board. We need mayor's race. We need somebody in Erie County, District Number 1, to run for county council, and everybody, Harrison Dunn's going to be filing my paperwork pretty soon. I am going to be running for Erie City Council. And I need as many volunteers as possible to show Miss Jasmine what we think of her post and come out next Wednesday, November 20th, 6 p.m. to the Erie County Council meeting and wear your red hats with pride.
Erie City Council, you said county.
I'm sorry, I apologize. I got county council on my mind because, they're going to have that meeting tomorrow at the courthouse about the provisional ballots.
Yeah, say I put my red hat on.
Yes. So everybody wear your red hats. Come out to Erie City Council meeting next Wednesday, 6 p.m. I'm going to be talking to them about this junk budget that they just passed. It's garbage. Speaking of garbage, they put a 6% fee on all the garbage and sewer bills. And they want to cut the police overtime. They want the police to solve all the problems, but they want to cut all their overtime. Well, but that's what happens when you have all Democrats that want to defund the police, Well,
when you got 4 wackadoodle Democrats that hate the police, that have been pushing to defund the police, didn't want to take ARPA fund money and buy a few, pay for a couple more police officers. They want to have a watering trough for the unicorns and truckloads of fairy dust. Let's not keep the crime-ridden city safe. Let's just get rid of the cops. That worked out so well in all their other brethren and sisterin liberal crap cities where the crime rate hasn't gone up. Lies and deception.
Lies. 90% of the deaths in Erie were from fentanyl. I have all the statistics ready to shove up their heinies. They want to fee us to death. It's a word salad. Let's just face it. It's a tax, and then they go and they create more positions. They created a position for another code enforcement officer. Well, they're not even doing their job now.
No, it's an old
You know,
hat. No,
Erie has been ranked the top in the top 30th cities in the United States. Erie came in number 30 for air and trash and pests. They should be ashamed. Their policies have failed for the last 5 decades. That's why we can't get any new businesses in here, because nobody wants to come to a dirty city with no new infrastructure. And it's time that we had a Republican to say enough is enough. You guys have failed. You haven't done your jobs. Quit being meatheads, okay? And it's time to make Erie great again. So I'm going to put my name up there. I'm hoping we can continue this red wave, and we need to fix the city of Erie.
exactly what she said.
Exactly what Brian taught me.
Just remember,
So I'm telling you guys now.
Just gonna
And
remember,
Brian,
you're
for
gonna
the
be
mannequin, I found a wig.
you're gonna be on a timer. So just watch your time.
Yes, and it will be less than 5 minutes, guys. So I'm imploring you. As for other events coming up, I know we got the Barber Ball coming up December 18th, and I know a few of us, we're getting tickets together. We're going to go watch our president go get inaugurated.
Yeah,
That's coming up the following month. So, there's a lot of great things coming up, you guys, so don't be thinking it's time to put away your rally wheels or your pom-poms, because we got a lot more work to do to get the city and the county fixed. And we're going to do it. And we're going to continue this red wave. And on that, Brian, I want to applaud you and Brenda for all of your hard work. Because if it wasn't for you two, you guys are the head of the snake of this red wave. You guys are the cheerleaders, and thank you so much for boots on the ground. And if anybody needs a red hat, I'm sure Brenda might have some more left that she can sell you. So on that, I'm going to get going, and thank you guys very, very much. You and Brenda have been my inspiration this whole last year, and I want to thank you guys for everything that you guys have done.
Oh, you're more than welcome. You're gonna make us blush.
Well, red's always a good color. You can never have too much red in your life.
Yeah. And don't get excited about the hat. Yeah, just don't get excited
thank
about
everybody.
Yeah, don't get
I want
excited
to thank everybody for all of your hard work and for getting your friends and your family to get out there and vote. And let's just keep it up. And remember, pretty soon we're going to be able to start registering people again. And on that, I'm going to let you guys go, and everybody have a joyful and safe evening. Bye-bye.
Joyful. Yeah.
Joyful.
That's all right, Linda. It's okay, you're late. But yeah, don't get excited about the hat. This is the only red hat I had in existence. You can tell it's kind of old and faded. That's when I ran for county council. This hat's like 5 years old. So it was just sitting here. So yeah, meet us at the city hall. If you want to get up and speak, you give your 5 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever they do, knock yourself out. Just remember, they won't engage you. So you can say whatever you want, but be nice. Don't make it personal, because then they'll throw you out. Because that's what I did. You made it personal on council, threw you out. You got a warning. You get another warning. Got a gavel, and bye bye. So yeah, I mean, it's just been exciting. I mean, it's just I can't wait to turn on the news. Usually I don't want to. Oh my god, I don't want to turn on the news. And of course, the Democrat cult party is slowly crumbling in front of us, because it can't even support its own weight of the amount of crap they try to carry around and shove down our throats. Now this is a rumor, total rumor. I have no way to say this is valid or not. I don't know. So the rumor I heard, and I watched some clown on. Don't, please forgive me. I watched CNN. I just wanted to see what those characters were up to with this and all the negative stuff. They're actually putting a scenario out here. I hope you all are sitting down and get your drink. Out your mouth, because their theory or their opinion or their hypothesis or what they want to do is they want Biden to step down, let Harris become president, because they want to make her the first woman president so bad. They are literally going to cheat until the very end of this thing. They could swear him in tomorrow, and it wouldn't be soon enough, because this is a scenario that they were playing. They, oh yeah, just gonna have Joe Biden step down, and that way Kamala Harris can step up, and she can be the first woman president for what 30 days, 30 days, and then she can then they would have Debbie. Wow. I saw this on the news. I just went, what? You guys just love installing her in places where she doesn't belong. No, she doesn't belong there. She doesn't belong in president. Because you know what? The American people just told you that. They just told you they don't want her as president. And you talk about election denial. They actually lost the race legally. Nobody really questioned it. We'll get back to the McCormick race here in a minute. They didn't question it. It was cut and dry. She threw her hat in the ring. She was done. So they don't like the fact that we the people told her you're fired. They're going to install her as the president. They installed her as the vice president. They installed her to run as president, and they didn't get with it. Now they want to truly install her as the president. And they say we are a threat to democracy. Democracy spoke. In the military, we called it Lima Charlie, loud and clear, that we don't want you. So the Democrat cult party leaders don't like that answer. We're just going to install her. We'll just install her for a little bit. So that way she just gets in the record book as being the first female president. It's a Democrat. Oh, the first female president of color. You know, these lying, cheating, they've called all of us names that, and the president calls us garbage. So we fire you. You're fired. He doesn't like it. He's going to be removed. They're going to install her as president. You watch. You watch what these cheating, dirty dogs do. The news networks are choking, reporting on everything Trump. Well, yeah, Stan, you're right, because he Secretary of Defense. Well, he's a Fox News reporter. No, that's what he does now. He was in the military, and I saw a picture of him when he was in Iraq, right across his forearms. We the people. If I was him, I'd have some custom-made suits, short sleeve. That way he can just, when he goes into a meeting, we the people. I'm just like, wow. After seeing him. Yeah. Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, look at poor Jimmy Fallon. He's crying. He's an actor, people. He is a actor. Don't buy any of his crap. You want to see the real Jimmy Fallon? Go back years ago, The Man Show. Wow. And this is a guy that ran around on his show with blackface on. But by God, you go to a Halloween costume dressed up as Aunt Jemima. Racist. They're hypocrites. Everything they accuse us of doing, they're already doing it. And they're doing it, and they're doing it, and they're doing it. And when they get caught doing it, they call us racist, and they call us names and call us garbage. What does the president do? Shows up in a garbage truck. Tell me that wasn't classic. Tell me that was the cleanest garbage truck I ever saw. The guy that picks up my garbage, his truck wasn't that clean, but I get it. It was for TV. They probably got a new one, pressure washed it, threw some Trump vinyl on it. Have a nice day. I wonder where that truck is today. If I was Donald Trump, I'd say, I'd like to buy that, please. Send me a bill, and I'll have my people come get it. Oh, I can't make this stuff up, man. I feel sad for Sam Tallarico. I do. He watches the show. We know he watches the show, and of course he makes comments about our show. Blah 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 blah. So Sam, I'm sorry that your team lost, and it lost big. If you need a hug or curl up in a corner somewhere and cry, that's okay. I'll send you some tissues. Yeah. Okay, Sam. You guys lost. Anyway, Brenda, you got some videos. Got some like, oh, hang on a second. Donna's just put something in here. Oop. I'll put her on the big screen there so I can read it. I've called racist 3 times today. Oh, really? Because Casey's demanding a recount. Last I knew, he was a rich, old white man. Don't forget that part. He's a rich, old. That's their new thing. As soon as Biden dropped out of the race, everybody's old. Everybody's old. And, Jimmy Wirtz and Christy Canibus tried to play that card with Dan Laughlin. Oh, he's too old. Christy, I'd be really careful about throwing stuff out there because you don't have the best reputation in Erie County. I'm just saying. And we'll leave it at that. Yeah, so of course you've been called a racist, Sorry, Sam, backed the wrong pony. Well, he backs the wrong team. Are you kidding me? Spitting on everything. He's ridiculous. Sends me a text. He gets busted parking in front of a fire hydrant, and he tries to make me the bad guy. And someone sends me a picture. We got a picture of you in a no parking zone. Dude, it was in the dock, and there was no fire hydrant there. And of course, he calls. Yeah, I see you're parked in front of a no parking zone with your sex doll. Typical Democrat cult member has to make everything nasty. No, big people call that a mannequin. You weirdo Democrats might call it a sex doll, and it's the wrong gender for me. I'm just saying. But yeah, so rejected. Yeah, so Casey McCormick race. Thanks for bringing it up, Donna. They're in a recount, and he won't. Casey's going to lose. We know he's going to lose. And that slimy Chuck Schumer, what does he do? Well, in that squeaky little voice he's got, this is he can't come to the orientation because he's really not a senator yet. The AP called it, bro. The AP called it. You have no path to win. 0. You're still down 30,000 votes. Throw your hat in the ring. Go retire. Go do what you do. We've heard it. They're not very nice things either. So yeah, just let it go, man. McCormick won. The people, just like Hillary Clinton. Oh, Donald Trump's an illegitimate president. Sounds like election denial to me, but hey, what do I know? And now you got Casey won't concede after he's been beat fair and square. And the AP calls it, goes, yeah, no way. Yeah, you're done. Fox, everybody has called McCormick the winner. And finally, Chuck Schumer allowed Dave to come to the new little orientation for the new senators. And it's funny that the scenario was flipped where a Democrat was in the same scenario. Oh, and of course, Chuck's like, oh yeah, you can come. That's okay. But the minute it's a Republican, no, your race isn't over. Yeah, the AP already called it, buddy. Voted. Yeah, gotcha. Da, 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 da. Most people didn't know this. Fuels the city. They just pull LE and wow, right, exactly. Go ahead. You want to go down and look at Pittsburgh. Look at what happened to Pittsburgh. They don't have enough cops. They defunded it. Nobody wants to work there. The cops are disrespected. They're treated like garbage. And they don't have enough cops for midnight shift. So if you live if you live down in that area and you need a cop at night, good luck. I talked to the chief of Erie PD. They've hired 5 Pittsburgh officers because they're like, we're out of here. Yeah, go ahead, Brenda. Pull up a video. I get a drink. Thanks.
Senate orientation set for today, but Senate Leader Chuck Schumer does not want Senator-elect Dave McCormick attending because Democrat incumbent Bob Casey is refusing to concede even though the race was called days ago. Casey taking to X yesterday, posting the following, quote, "Our Commonwealth ran a free and fair election, and we are still waiting on the final results. Our election officials will continue counting ballots and ensure that Pennsylvanians' voices are heard."
Rich Cioli is a Philadelphia radio host, and he joins us now. Rich, good morning to you. Great to see you again. Is there any world where Casey actually wins this election?
There is no world, Carly, where Casey wins this election. Even if he spells his name backwards, he's still not winning this election. There's no chance.
Is this all about fundraising, trying to squeeze every last dollar by giving Democrat donors what amounts to, in your words, a false sense of hope?
Yes, Todd, this is exactly what it is. They're trying. The Casey name is a legend in Pennsylvania, right? His dad was governor back in the 90s, one of the last of the moderate Democrats. They're trying to milk this for everything it's possibly worth, squeeze every dime out of the Casey name. They know it's over. There was a ballot dump out of Philly last night. He barely made up any gains. There was a couple thousand votes. There'll be more votes today out of Cambria County. He's not going to win this thing, but they are going to stretch this out. There's another aspect, too, that I wonder about, which is, are they trying to keep Dave McCormick from being able to vote for the Senate leadership, to keep him out of that election? I wonder about that right now, and I'm a little bit concerned about that, because this makes no sense. But one of the people that is not happy about what's happening right now is Governor Josh Shapiro.
And why is that? Why is Josh Shapiro not happy about all this?
Carly, he doesn't want to be seen as an election denier. You know, that was a big issue, right? This whole idea that Donald Trump was an election denier, and Shapiro called him out on this. Shapiro's got eyes on 28. Casey's the past, and Shapiro is looking to the future. I mean, he's already getting ready for the fundraising trip to Iowa. He's already getting ready to speak in South Carolina, do that fake Barack Obama accent that he does, you know. He does not want to get mired down in a dispute over whether or not that they are accepting the election results. He wants this to go away as soon as possible.
Okay, yeah, so he just wants it to go away. He wants the race to be called so he can move on with his own personal political ambitions. That's a good point. Okay, well, you bring up Josh Shapiro, so I guess we'll go to this. We've heard the conversations from Democrats about what could have been if we did this or that. Could Kamala Harris have won? Well, there is new polling that shows that if she picked Josh Shapiro, she would have done much better in Pennsylvania and maybe even won the state. So the Harris-Walz ticket won Pennsylvania Jewish voters by 7 percentage points. However, 16% of Jewish voters say they would have voted for Kamala if she picked Josh Shapiro as her VP, and Harris lost Pennsylvania by just 2% of the vote. So what do you think? Do you think that this is the reason she lost Pennsylvania? How do you think Kamala Harris feels about this? How do you think Josh Shapiro feels about this?
Wow, there's a lot to unpack there, Carly. All right, first of all, I don't think she would have won Pennsylvania. However, it would have been closer. And overall, it was the biggest mistake her campaign made, except for the time she went on The View and said she would change nothing. Nothing comes to mind. Not picking Josh Shapiro was a massive blow. Tim Walz brought nothing to the ticket, and Josh Shapiro is a popular governor in Pennsylvania. That said, I still think Trump would have won. But if you look at the Casey McCormick race, and Dave McCormick's going to be an outstanding U.S. senator, but that race is obviously very close. And Trump blew Kamala Harris out of the water in Pennsylvania. So it would have been a lot closer. And, you know, who knows what would have happened along the way that could have changed the trajectory of the race had Shapiro been picked. But not picking Shapiro, I took a sigh of relief that day that he wasn't picked. And what I hear from people is he didn't want to be picked, Carly. He knew this was going to be a losing ticket. He didn't want to be associated with it. So what I've heard is he went in there with all kinds of demands, knowing that they wouldn't pick him. And he basically said, like, I really don't want to leave. And now he's free to run in 28 with a story like this, what you just shared with me, where you can tell everybody, I'm the guy. So get around me. And if you don't get around me, people are going to backfire. You're going to lose the Jewish vote because people are going to say you're anti-Semitic if you don't back me, Democrats. He's got a lot to work with heading into 28.
Yeah, I think this decision really called into question Kamala Harris's decision-making ability.
Yeah.
Combine this with the fact that somehow she blew $1 billion in campaign funding, ending with $20 million in debt.
Imagine being able to blow $1 billion.
Not this week.
All the shoes.
Rich Cioli, thank you.
Yeah, blew $1 billion in 3 months and paid her staff $50 million and still couldn't win an election. Yeah, that goes to show you money's important and it helps, but it's not the key. It's part of the combination, but it's not the key. You know, Florida sets a standard now getting their Stan, you're absolutely right. We'll put that on the big screen there. You know, Florida has the standard now in getting their election results through and confirmed. It should be the set national standard. Well, if you could use Andre Horton's line, Erie County sets the gold standard. Man, on my social media, I think I listed 12 things they did wrong. And if that is the gold standard, I don't want their gold because it's fool's gold. I'm just saying. Yeah, 1 6 the area are victims of violent crime. No, I get that. Erie keeps coming up on these shit lists of everything, and and then they prance around like it's all that, but they should be embarrassed that they're coming up on these lists. It comes up in the smelliest, the dirtiest. It came up on the rape capital of Pennsylvania. It was like what, top 3 or something, or 1 or 2. I mean, and they walk around, these city council people should head their heads in shame that they're the city council of this city that comes up on all these horrible, horrible lists. But hey, let's talk about all the fun stuff, and let's talk about the museum, and let's talk about the food court. Yay. Yeah, because nobody gives a shit about the rape being the rape capital of Pennsylvania or the dirtiest city around. But Joe Natale is always talking about, oh, everybody focuses on all the negative stuff. It's getting hard to focus on the good stuff. Their their budgets crap. They're feeing and taxing. I'm sorry, they didn't raise the taxes here. But they're feeing the people right out of the city in the middle of a huge 4-year Democrat controlled economic shitstorm. They want to raise your fees. Did we have to raise the taxes in Erie County last year? Yep. I didn't vote for it, boys and girls. Just remember that. I kept my word to my constituents. I wouldn't vote for a tax increase. Go down to the courthouse, pull it up. I voted no for that tax increase. I voted every single time. Every time they put a proposal on there, no. They look at me, yeah, no. But unfortunately, the cost of living has gone up. We see it in our budgets. We see it everywhere. So you don't think county government has to increase stuff? The city of Erie just has an income problem, and it has a spending problem. Um, we could sit here for hours dissecting it. And I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. You mark my words. And if I'm wrong, I'll buy you a beer. Breton put the budget on the table. We need to cut some jobs that are all excess jobs. We're never going to fill them. They haven't filled them in years. We just need to take a little bit of money out of our rainy day fund, which is well over $60 million in rainy day fund. There's no reason to raise taxes to bump up the 3.7, I think, $1 million that they're upside down on. But you wait. You wait, because this is what happened when I was chairman. Andre Horton, at the last minute, put in an action sheet for $3 million to go to diversity, equity, inclusion. Mary Rennie, before she quit, went on there and put an action sheet in for $3.5 million diversity, equity, inclusion. And then I called the mayor one time on a talk show, Joe Natale show. Hey, Mayor, Brian Shank, this diversity, equity, inclusion thing we have that we started, and we took some ARPA money and we invested in it. That they spent all the money in the city of Erie. How much money have you put in it? Well, we hired a diversity coordinator. No, Joe, that's not the question. I know it's hard to focus. Joe, I think we should start at hashtag Joe's too old, because they love to call Trump too old. I think Joe's too old. If that's the standard they're going to go with. I said, no, how much money did you put in diversity, equity, inclusion? Oh, we didn't put any money in that. I know the county did. The county took their ARPA funds, invested in the city of Erie. They haven't spent to the best of my knowledge, I could be wrong. They haven't spent one dime in the county. Erie County Council haven't spent one dime in the county. It's a slush fund for all the bullshit projects in the city of Erie. for the BIPOC people, for the brown people. But what about the starving white people? Nope. Yeah. Yes. So, socialism is great until you run out of the other person's money. Brenda, that's a t-shirt. Yeah. So I get it. So you watch what these guys do. They're going to take Bretton Davis's budget. They're going to shred it. They're not going to give him a win. They're not going to let him only borrow 3.5, 3.7 million, not borrow, but take it out of the rainy day fund. Boys and girls, that's what we do at home. If you need a new set of tires and you have that extra $1,000 sitting in your checking account or savings or whatever, do you take that money out, or do you put it on your credit card and pay 25% interest? No, you don't put on your credit card. You take it out of savings and just gingerly put that money back when you can. Well, unfortunately, the Democrats that control Erie County government right now don't believe in that. The Democrats that control city government don't believe in that. Spend, 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 spend. They should just let the diversity, equity, inclusion entity die. Kathy Delkamper promised them $10 million. We gave them 3.5. They pissed away 1.5, and they didn't even buy a paintbrush yet. So all it was just, yeah, that's a good one. Breton deranged syndrome is very real. And that's it. Well, because he's a Republican. He's a Republican that gets it. When I was chairman, did I always agree with him? Absolutely not. We sat here on the phone, bark, 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 bark. Brenda's in bed, bark, 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 bark. No, I disagree with you. I'm not going to there's no way we can sell that. Okay. And there's times we're like, all right, let me see what we can do. Hey, Stacy, see what we can do. And we got it to go. And what did we do? We took the ARPA funding, and the Democrats fought us tooth and nail for gap funding. And what does gap funding mean? Like we did in Northeast. They're very proud of this project. They wanted to put a sewer line up Route 89. They didn't have the money. They applied for it. We gave them $250,000. They were able to take that money and spin it around and get another grant here, put another grant together here. Now they're going to start working on a sewer line that's going to build new homes and fix their tax bases. But no, all the Democrats want to do is spend it in the city of Erie on city of Erie projects when they have their own damn money. Leave the county people alone. The county is used to not getting any attention because it's all focused on the city. We are the rich uncle of the city of Erie, and it needs to stop. The city of Erie needs to stop doing what they're doing. It's not working. They've been under Democrat control basically their entire life. They had their good times, and now it's coming down. It wasn't for the fact that the state and the county and they threw a little bit of ARPA funding to clean up some of these shitholes and actually put them back on the tax rosters. But they want to buy unicorns, and they want to buy fairy dust, and they want to put new bicycle tracks in, and they want to spend $500,000 on bicycle lanes. Hey, that's great, boys and girls. That's a great idea if you can afford it. It's just like your home. Everybody would like to have a brand new driveway out front, but wait a minute, I need new windows and new gutters first. You have to prioritize stuff because it's real. Your infrastructure has to be fixed first before you can buy new shutters. It's just that simple. But and then that's why the city of Erie needs to stop what they're doing. They've got 4 woke councilmen in there that just do what they want. They could give a shit less about everybody else and what they want because they know they've got the votes. They've got the votes. The only thing that saves county council is the fact Jim Wynorski is probably one of the sharpest tacks in the box right now. He gets it. I'm speaking Democrat speaking, of course, because Ellen smart, Charlie smart guy. I just don't understand their theory. But Jim Wynorski can actually look at a problem, runs a business, not his first rodeo, sat on city council, brought a lot of experience in there. Go, yeah, this is dumb. I don't vote party lines. So then what do when he doesn't vote party line? They dox him. Freda Teffer goes after him on the internet. They bully him online. They put out his boss's name and employer, and don't use this because he's this and he's censured. Whoop de do. Does he go into a local bar and still buy a beer? You betcha. So that censorship, whoop de do. That means Sam Tallarico isn't going to back him on any Democrat runs. Oh no, don't do that. Because now they have to find someone to run an Andre Horton spot. Thank you for reminding me. Matt, how are you doing, sir? Nice to see you drop in. I hope you are someplace warm and safe. Yeah, Jim's a good guy. I mean, I had lots of good conversation with him, and of course, his neighbors like him, but then they don't, and I won't go down that street. Let's see what does Matt have to say here? I can't read that song. Put up incredible numbers. Being on a campaign. I know. I totally agree with you. If you were actually here and had, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Oh yeah, that's right. Help from the Republican Party. It wouldn't have mattered if Matt was deployed or not. The chairman should have just stepped in and says, "Hey, we've got one of our sharp individuals. This kid's going somewhere. Let's help him out." What do? They let him sail off into the sunset. Good teamwork. See, Lieutenant, some people understand the word team. And I picked up a bunch of your yard signs too that I found out and about. So if you want them back, just let me know. If not, I will put them in the pile for old races. And when I'm old, I'll sit back and say, why did I save all these dumb signs for? Oh, yeah, Tim's good fellow. Brendan, you got another video for us? Come on, play us something good. Please and thank you.
If Donald Trump wins, I'm going to be out of the country.
Pretty much every single celebrity is fleeing the United States after Donald Trump won the presidency. Many celebrities are fearful for their lives and are saying that now that Trump is president, they just don't feel safe in America anymore. It all started with Jimmy Kimmel when he made a statement saying that America is done for, and even made a few jokes saying that he was going to retire because he does not want to be working in Hollywood while Trump is president. And this doesn't really come as a shock, as pretty much every single celebrity in Hollywood was promoting Kamala Harris. Allegedly, Ryan Gosling and his wife Eva Mendes have left the United States already and are living in the United Kingdom. Not to mention America Ferrera, who is known for appearing in Barbie, also made the move to the United Kingdom after Trump won the presidency, saying, quote, she is devastated that Kamala lost, and she thought the country she lived in was better than that. Also, the Game of Thrones actress Sophie Turner said that she needed to get the F out of America because she was scared for her rights. She said that with all the violence that's been going on and the attack on women's rights, she just doesn't feel safe anymore. Not to mention Johnny Depp said that he is done with America and is looking for a quiet life in the United Kingdom as well.
Bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye. Who cares? Who cares? They're still going to get their little fancy acting jobs overseas somewhere because, that's what they do. And they want to get paid the billions of dollars to be fake. It's like, we talked about earlier, Jimmy Kimmel. He's an actor, bad actor, but he's an actor. So yeah, phone lines are open. Give me a call if you want to got something to chat about. I mean, I know we got a lot of people in the room. Appreciate everybody who's winning right now. Wow, we got people on X, we got people on Facebook, and we got people on YouTube. I can't see the other channels because they don't report in like that. So we just have to kind of go and check it out later. And don't forget, our good friend Brian, EerieAmmo.com. Appreciate that. We were talking about bullets the other day. Remember, Christmas is around the corner for your hunters, male or female. Just saying. Girls like bullets too. Great stocking stuffers. And don't you think for 1 second these Democrats are done. A friend sent me a picture of his Trump sign with 4 bullet holes. Looked like 9mm, hard to say. I didn't see the actual holes. I didn't get my micrometer out and see if it was a 9 mm or a 380 or 357 or 38. It's too big for a 22. I don't think it was a 357 Magnum because the hole would be about that big. But yeah, William, nice coming out. Thanks for coming out. We got a lot of people popping in the room. Not a lot of new faces, a lot of new names. Renee, here, put Renee on the big screen. Where'd you go? I lost you, Renee. Oh no. Yeah, I can't see where she went. Anyway, gotta fix the font on that, make it a little bit bigger. That way I don't have to wear my glasses. Yeah, but that's okay. Again, phone lines are open. Brenda, if you got another video, put it up. We will not make it a late night. I know everyone's just all giddy about
today. Governor Gavin Newsom.
Oh, you're good.
Says he's frustrated after a new poll shows an overwhelming majority of likely voters support Prop 36. That's the measure seeking to increase penalties for certain drug and theft crimes. Capitol correspondent Eitan Wallace joins us with the governor's message.
Well, the governor believes Prop 36 is not what it's made out to be, but a new poll shows the vast majority of Californians have a different view.
Is going to set this state back.
Governor Gavin Newsom making clear where he stands on Prop 36. If passed by California voters during the upcoming election, it will allow for increased penalties for some drug and theft offenses. Specifically, the measure seeks to reform Prop 47. That's the 2014 voter-approved law that changed some felonies to misdemeanors and loosened penalties for certain drug and theft crimes, including retail theft when the stolen items are valued at less than $950.
Because of Proposition 47, there's no consequence. And that's what we need, is consequence for the commission of crime.
That's a major reason why State Senator Roger Nilo says he's backing Prop 36. But during this press conference in San Francisco, Governor Newsom argued against the measure.
It's about mass incarceration. It's about bringing it back to 1980s mindset. The impact it's going to have on the black and brown community is next level.
But to Newsom's disappointment, it appears the vast majority of likely voters in the state are poised to approve Prop 36. That's according to this poll from the Public Policy Institute of California, showing 71% of likely voters support the measure, while 26% do not.
And the fact that I saw a poll today and so 70% of people want to support it, I was wondering what state I was living in. And I know people are frustrated. I know people are angry. I am too, but this is not the way of solving it.
Supporters of the measure say, in addition to combating retail theft, Prop 36 is needed to address homelessness and combat rampant drug use on the streets. Specifically, they say it will increase drug treatment resources for nonviolent drug offenders.
Homeless people that are suffering from drug addiction and not otherwise being treated. It's going to provide the ability to get them into treatment. We don't want to put people in jail. We want to get them to treatment that they're otherwise not doing.
But Newsom argues many parts of the state are simply not ready.
22 counties don't have one residential treatment slot, not one. All of a sudden, they're going to have treatment on demand after this initiative is done with not one new dollar. Prop 36 is a real setback, and it appears clearly that the public has a different point of view.
And when Newsom was asked whether he plans to use his own campaign funds to campaign against Prop 36, Newsom replied, quote, "I cannot do everything," adding he's already putting much of his focus to electing Kamala Harris, the next president. Reporting in San Francisco, Eitan Wallace.
Well, Governor Newsom, if you might not have lost the millions of dollars in COVID relief funds that you're being investigated for, maybe if you would have taken that COVID money and maybe put it for, I don't know, those drug problems that you're having. We don't want the problems of the 80s. Well, yeah, they do. 71%, 70% voted for it. So, and then I wish I had the map. There's a map. Last election, Trump, it was red. It was all blue. California was mostly blue with just a sliver of red. They did the same map. It's all red with a sliver of blue. Problem. The sliver of blue was all your LA, San Francisco, everything on the waterfront where the population density is. But that tells me California's changing because their woke bullshit doesn't fly. We don't want people breaking into our houses and forcing us into using lethal force because in California, they're going to arrest your dumb ass. And then you're going to be probably charged. You know, the castle doctrine to them is a joke. Here, it's the Bible. It's a man's house is his castle. Saved a lot of people from going to jail, but they don't want you to protect yourself. This is the whole problem with the Democrat Party. And I'd like to see the numbers after the election calms down. How many hunters in Pennsylvania actually went out and registered to vote? Because we had well over 500,000 hunters not registered to vote. The guys and gals that are the essence of owning a firearm for hunting don't even vote. Blew my mind. Blew my mind. Yeah. So, Brendan, you got another video?
Breaking tonight, Republican lawmakers now confirming a report that says after Hurricane Milton, a FEMA supervisor told disaster relief workers in Florida to avoid homes with Trump signs in their yards. FEMA says it believes the incident is isolated, and the supervisor who gave the anti-Trump order is no longer in that role. The senior national correspondent Kevin Cork is live in D.C. with what we're learning about this tonight. Kevin, good evening.
Evening, Trace. Quite a story. Imagine if you'd been impacted by a major storm, hoping the government, the one that you send your taxpayer funds to, will aid in your recovery, only to discover that if you support Donald Trump, they're going to ignore you altogether. And that's apparently what happened in the great state of Florida, where a FEMA supervisor allegedly told workers in a message to avoid homes advertising Trump as they canvassed Lake Placid, Florida, to identify residents who could qualify for federal aid. And tonight, credit where credit is due, that FEMA official has been removed from her role by the agency. In a statement to Fox News Digital, a FEMA spokesperson said the agency is deeply disturbed, noting the official who gave the instruction was given no direction to tell teams to avoid these homes. Quote, while we believe this is an isolated incident, we have taken measures to remove the employee from their role and are investigating the matter to prevent this from happening ever again.
How disgusting is the Democrat Party? These people survived a horrendous storm. And you're praying to God or whoever you believe in that here comes the government to help you out. But because some bureaucrat sitting on his ass is a Democrat that doesn't like Republicans, sends out a memo to say, don't take care of the Trump people that are supporting the Republicans. Who's a threat to democracy? Who's weird? Who's a deplorable? Who is trash? Really? That is some cold-hearted third world party dictator, Chavez, Cuba crap. That if you're not in the right party, we're not going to take care of you. And you wonder why there's such a division in this country. Right there it is. That's from the federal government, boys and girls. It's not your local dog catcher not coming to your house because there's a Trump sign there. It's not the local mailman saying, oops, I dropped your mail in the mud puddle because there's a Trump sign there. No, these people are clinging on by their fingernails. And if it wasn't for us Trump people sending aid down to these poor people, men, women, children, Americans. And then what does FEMA do? They Shanghai the loads. When we put together that fundraiser, we had to be very careful. It's almost like we were bootleggers, man. We're like breaking the law. We got to find a way around the roadblocks and to stay away from FEMA. That's right, because we got a truckload of baby wipes and formula. How disgusting is that? Toilet paper and we got a load of winter socks. And FEMA wanted to take it. I remember when they had Katrina and they did some reports afterwards. They showed a parking lot with fences that you couldn't see, but thank God for drones. Pallets of water as far as you could see, dumped over, stacked too high, and they've been sitting out in the sun for months. It was the stuff that FEMA confiscated from, you know, us deplorables sending it down there. It was no good. You can't leave water sit out in the sun for 6 months. Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry. Great movie, by the way, Stan. Um, so, and they wonder why we don't trust Democrats. They wonder why we don't trust the government that's controlled by the Democrats. And you wonder why you got fired. You got fired. You guys got thrown out like the trash. Because remember, Biden called us trash. So let's flip that around. Let's call them trash and watch their heads explode. Because they're mad because look at the Republicans are calling us trash. Yeah, well, the president of the United States called us trash. And the new president of the United States shows up in a garbage truck, ready to take the garbage out. Yeah, well, that Lance, you're right. FEMA wants to give it to the Ukraine. I wouldn't. Well, they're not going to ship it. Well, I mean, all they got to do is get a C-17 transport. Who cares? Who cares? It's going to cost $1 million to ship it. Not their money. You know, all they got to do is authorize. Those days are done. Those days are done. And I tell you what, I don't have any video or I read the story online that there was a caravan coming up through Mexico heading this way. They were trying to get here before the election, but they couldn't make it. And they heard that Trump won, turned around and walked away. Really? Now, Trump was on the news the other day talking about, listen, I really like the president of Mexico. She's a really nice lady, but we're going to have to stop this immigration thing because if not, I'm going to have to raise the tariffs from 25% to 50%. If that doesn't work, we'll go 75. If I have to do 100, I'll do 100. I think she might pay attention now. And let's get with Governor Abbott. Let's get that fence, that wall built. Let those immigration officers do their jobs down there, the customs, all those guys, ICE. Let them do the jobs. Stand back. Let them go to work, boys and girls, because I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting. Speaking of an interesting fact, little tidbit there with Josh Shapiro talking about he's going to run. He wants to run for president. We knew that. And we know why we talked about this on the show, why he didn't take the stab at the VP, because he knows Harris was going to lose. He knew the math. They're not stupid. He's got good bean counters down there. Well, some statistics have come out that when Josh Shapiro ran for governor and was elected, he had the most votes for governor in Pennsylvania history. Interesting. But you know what's even the most funner? I know it's not a real word. Most interesting number? Stacey Garrity. Colonel Stacey Garrity beat him. Had more votes for treasurer than Josh had for governor. Now, again, it's an article I read online. I wouldn't take it as the gospel, but do some fact checking. But if that's the case, if Stacey Garrity beat Josh Shapiro on the numbers game, now one's governor, one's treasurer, I get it. However, if Stacey Garrity can beat Josh Shapiro in the numbers game, I'm thinking Stacey should run for governor. Just my opinion. No, I didn't read that anywhere. I haven't seen it anywhere. I haven't talked to her about it. This is just me, you, and you know, my last show broke 1,000. Broke 1,000. That's just one channel. Over 1,000 people tuned in to watch the show. So Sam Tallarico, suck it, because that's just one channel there, buddy, boy. Uh, yeah. Oh, Matt, right? Of course, as an Army MP, really, really helped out. But you know what's nice when she needed something up here, Brian. I need some signs. So ma'am, you get me those signs. We'll get them deployed. She sent me 7 4x8 signs. Bang, deployed and gone. So yeah. See, I mean, again, I have no inside information. I have nothing. I'll show you my phone. I got no text messages and emails, nothing from Stacy. I got, we chit chat now and then when she has a question or something's coming up here. She's coming up here. Wait for groceries. Didn't, yeah, no kidding. So again, that's just my opinion. If she can be Josh Shapiro, that's awesome. Because I'm telling you, I don't think I can make a Stacey Garrity mannequin though. She's kind of short, very small. I don't know if they build mannequins that small. So we would just have to go with the standard, 4x8 with a good picture. I don't think I can do. Her hair. She's got great hair. I could not replicate that and keep it together driving down the road at 55 miles an hour. Yeah, so I mean the row officers, come on, let's give these guys and gals a big hand. Stacey Garrity, woo! Tim DeFore. He's like a gentle giant. I mean, this guy is tall. I mean, just tall, very well spoken. Auditor General. And this Navy guy comes out of nowhere. Mr. Sunday. Comes out of nowhere. Now, again, tall guy. These guys are all real tall. I don't know. I'm 5'10". I don't even like stand next to because there's just so much taller. Very well spoken. Attorney General. Clean sweep. Whew, right across the board. Right across the board. Yeah, but to lock down that hair, Kim, doing 45 miles an hour would be tough. That would be tough. Then her hair would be messed up, and then she'd see it and yell at me for, or maybe we could get a Stacey Garrity uniform. Put a BDU hat on there. Maybe we could do that. I don't know, but man, I'm telling you, I'm just giddy. I mean, I was hard on election night to go to bed. Brenda and I had worked out holding signs. Yeah, Dave Sunday kicked some ass. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Aquanet. Aquanet. You're really dating yourself there, Miss Hope, with Aquanet. I don't think half the kids in this room even know what that is. It's not something you could catch Aquaman with. I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, we were down there at Dave's place for a couple hours, helped celebrate. Josh will very likely said no to Kamala for that reason. Oh, I get that. And the other factor is I don't think he's Jewish. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me one way or the other. That's his right, his freedoms here. America. This Israel Hamas thing is a real sticky wicket. I just don't think he wanted to get stuck in the middle of that. Because Trump, what are they doing? Hamas. Trump gets elected. Could we talk about a negotiation? Stop this thing. Gee, go winning. Yeah. So Josh, I don't think he was like one report said too many. He had too many requests. Probably want green M&Ms on every third Wednesday of the third week of whatever day. That's stuck. Yeah. So I think he bowed out for a lot of reasons. I mean, tactically, it was a bad idea. They knew she wasn't going to win. Doesn't matter what the media told us every day. Josh is a smart guy. He's got his own people. He's got his own numbers people. He probably didn't want to get attached to that thing. Probably didn't want to get attached, and then they get stuck in the middle of the loss, and then that really takes him out. I read an article with that Fetterman wants to run for president in 4 years. You imagine Fetterman and Shapiro on the debate stage? Because Shapiro's shorter than I am. Good camera people. When I met him down here in Northeast, he's actually shorter than I am. So yeah, that would be fun to watch those two. Just saying, be fun. Between the fumes and your eyebrows catching the overspray was horrible. Stuff was flammable too, wasn't it? Couldn't you like catch yourself on fire? We build you a plexiglass shield for transporting. See, Stan, you are the guy. You are the guy that is the fabricator extraordinaire at the, or we just get a small little mannequin, get her some BDUs. See, with she got some BDUs on, she has to have her hair up underneath her hat. We could put her hair underneath her hat. Yeah, but how do you make it? Yeah, I don't think there's a Stacey Garrity mask out there. Too worried about the parachute pants. Check out the lawsuit about Josh Shapiro. Oh no, I saw that. Trust me, that is looming there and over the. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's been running around for a while, April. And it'll go away. Trust me, they'll write some checks but it's gone. Brent, you got any more videos? If not, we're going to go ahead and wind this thing down.
Today, Governor Gavin Newsom says he's frustrated after a new poll shows an overwhelming majority of likely voters support Prop 36.
Where we played that one. It's okay. Yeah, Brendan's pretty handy. But yeah.
I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now.
We are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
I hear a lot of people say, the talk of a mass deportation is racist. It's threatening to the immigrant community. It's not threatening to the immigrant community. It should be threatening to the illegal immigrant community.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
It is not an emergency. We are not facing a crisis.
We have a president of the United States who has created a fiction about a crisis at the border, and he has held up the United States government and its workers around his vanity project called a wall.
Yeah, the vanity project called the wall, until she got to the point where they had her ears pinned back so hard that she had absolutely nothing to bring forward. Oh yes, we need to finish the wall. What? Oh yeah, we need to have no taxes on tips. You were the lady that broke the tie and allowed the taxes to stay on the tips. And then you flipped when Donald Trump's like, we need to have no tax on tips. And then it's her idea. Yeah. Listen, I think we talked about it when Dave was in hearings with AOC. AOC was like, just badgering him. And this guy doesn't get, he goes, hey, with my, he's from New York. Okay? When I was a New York police officer and I arrested you for a DUI and you had a kid in the car, do you think we took your kid to jail? No, we separated you. Pretty simple stuff there, boys and girls. If my campy, stupid impressions annoy you, just say so, and I'll be the straight guy. But I'm just saying. I get interviewed by the German a blogger. She's about a photographer, and she's like, "Do you know when you talk, you Trump mannerisms?" Ma'am, I don't know what you're talking about because we're here to make Harbor Creek great again. But it's just just having fun. We're excited. It was a long summer. It was a hard summer. We lost some friends, but have gained some great patriot friends. If you want to lose a friend over politics, you knock yourself out, and you are not that good of a human being. Because a friendship should never have been shattered over politics. Just saying, And I gotta tell you this story. Sorry. I'll try to clean it up the best I can. Yeah. Belong to the volunteer fire department, seen every icky thing you could imagine. I had to do one of the most gross, disgusting things I've had to do in a long time. I ran home and took a shower because I was just so disgusting. I was out. I was out on Boyer Road, right around the corner from me. I had a Trump sign at the end of the road. I might have left it up there a week just to gloat and let all the Boyer Road Karens just look at it one last time. So here comes the disgusting part that I had to do because I love my community and I had to clean it up. I didn't have any gloves on me. It's like sterile gloves. I had a pair of DeWalt work gloves that I threw in the fire, burned after this heinous, disgusting thing I had to do to save my community, to beautify it, to make it better. I had to walk across the street and pick up a Kamala Harris sign and a Jimmy Wirtz sign and take it down and throw it away because the lazy Democrats that put it there wouldn't pick it up. Hey, Brad. Okay. I might have fluffed that up a little bit. But I did have DeWalt gloves on because I wouldn't touch those disgusting things because God only knows who the disgusting person that put them up there. And they wouldn't take them down. They were on kind of a public access area. My Trump sign was on private property because that's what we do. We just don't stick them wherever we stick them. And if you really ask me where to stick a Waltz and a Harris sign, I'd have to text you because I don't want to get kicked off. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. I did. I used my really good hand sanitizer because I have hand sanitizer left over from the scandemic. So I will put some gloves on. I will fold them up. I will recycle them because Republicans, we don't recycle stuff. You should see my recycle bin. Oy vey. Other than that, Brenda, I think that's all our videos, isn't it? Oh, jeez.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. People love Springfield, please don't eat my cats. Why would you do that? Eat something else. People love Springfield, please don't eat my dog. Here's a catalog of other things to eat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets
God, I hate
of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Well, I think that's our cue to say goodnight. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. It's been a long journey. It really has. We spent a lot of time down the dock getting people registered, handing out yard signs, doing what we do best, and just talking to the people. And that's exactly what the people wanted: a place to go vote. They wanted to know where they could get a yard sign, and we just did that. It was a team effort. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, Brian, it wasn't for you." No, I'm too humble for that. It was us, we the people. That's why our forefathers put it right at the beginning of the Constitution. We the people, not Brian Shank. We the people. Thank you for Brenda for keeping everything straight today. We appreciate it. Remember, this is not the end of the Democrats and their shenanigans. Trust me, they are going to escalate this thing. They're going to make it nasty. We can talk about all these great, sexy women. America! Hang on. This is Brian.
Hello, hola amigo. I'd like to order dos burritos today, one with carne asada and one with canitas. Please add extra onions and cilantro. I would like this order to go for Roberto.
It said spam risk, but I had to do it because he kept calling back. So Donna Reese send me a text here. He goes, "You're welcome to talk about my stalker, left-wing nut, homo that was indicted yesterday." If you didn't know the story, she basically her life was threatened via text message. And of course, she took the threat seriously. She called the FBI. The FBI, being the smartest guys in the group, did their investigation. They tracked this guy down, and he was indicted yesterday. So let's give the Department of Justice some credit. They did their job. And, that's why, Donna, thank you for letting me share this, because I try not to talk about it unless you say so. The point of this whole story is you have to keep yourself on a swivel. You have to pay attention, be careful of your surroundings. They are coming unglued. And I find it insulting that these women are shaving their heads and not having sex with men, and they're shaving their heads to make themselves ugly. That's an insult to every man, woman, and child in this country, in this world, that's lost their hair due to cancer and survived. That's disgusting. And again, this is the party of tolerance. This is the party of hope. This is the party of accepting people from different religions, sexual orientations, and etc. But they find it cool to shave their heads so they're ugly, so men don't want them. You people should be ashamed of yourself to make fun of the men, women, and children that have had cancer, survived cancer, and now this women think it's funny and fun to shave their heads. You look ridiculous. Not the women, not the men, not the children that have survived cancer, that have lost their hair because of chemo and the treatments they had to. You are beautiful human beings. You have the will and the spark of life to keep going. And we love you and we appreciate that. So don't let these whack jobs get to you. It's not worth it. Be beautiful. Be safe. Good night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Boots on the Ground with Brian Shank. I saw the number come up. That's my other stalker that likes to call me every once in a while and, do his weird stuff. So whatever. Good night, everybody. Be safe.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Sing it. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
All right, everybody. Good night. Be safe. I'll see you on the flip side. And I don't know. I like to jump on and just do Facebook Lives. Good night, everybody.